Alright, so today we have a rally wheel buggy. My kids had left it in the rain, so I'm not getting any movement out of it. I'll show you what we're getting out of it so far. So I'm pushing the gas. I'm not getting any movement forward or backward. I'm going to try to take it apart, clean all the electric wires, make sure I'm not just having an electric malfunction, and see if I can fix it before we throw it away. Alright, so I got the seat and we got some of the hood off right now. I do already see signs of built up water in here, as you can tell. And then also on the battery, there's water in there. I'm going to get this cleaned up, make sure that's just not causing an outage in the electric wires. And then I'm going to clean up here. I'll check back in a second and we'll see if we got it running. Alright, so we took everything out of it. We took off the dashboard, steering wheel column, and then we took out the whole battery section. As you can see, there is still water in there. So you want to dry off as much water as you possibly can so you don't have any electrical issues if you do end up getting it fixed. So we're going to go ahead and dry that, put it all back together, and see if we can get her started up. Alright, so we did end up taking the motherboards out just to make sure we dried all the water out of those. So just pat them dry, don't push too hard because you might push one of the buttons out of place and then you would have to buy a whole new motherboard. I'm hoping it's not the motherboard. If it is, I mean, you can buy them on eBay or Amazon. They're not too expensive, but let's just cross our fingers. Try to get her put back together and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay, so we haven't put everything back together yet. We got everything dried out, connections hooked up. We hooked this back up, got the motherboard all dried out, hooked up the battery and the motherboard up here in the front. We got the battery and everything up here hooked up. We got it pretty much dry up here. Now I'm gonna start her up and see if we get any movement yet. And if not, after that, all I can do is try to check the pedal and maybe that would be it. We'll just double check. Let's start her up and see what we can figure out. Okay, so no movement forward, no movement backward. So I'm gonna put her all together. The next thing that I can think of is probably the foot pedal. Maybe we have a little bit of water buildup down there. I'm gonna put this together. Once we get it flipped over and check the pedal, I'll get back and we'll see what's going on. Okay, so when we flipped the car, we did start getting water going everywhere from where the foot pedal is. If you can see, there's water buildup in there. It was probably getting false contact on the cables. So we're going to dry that off really good. Make sure we get that all cleaned out, and then we're going to give it another try to see if we can get it started up. Alright, so I got everything cleared on the foot pedal. All the water was taken out of it. I'm going to turn it on. And then I'm just going to give it a try, and hopefully we get some movement. I'm going to go over here. We're going to try it before I put it all back together. As you can see, we have movement forward. We got it going forward. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to move it backwards, see if we have movement going backwards. Let's try it again. For backwards. As you can see, we got movement going backwards both ways. Alright, so now I'm just going to put all the protector back together, cover our wires and everything back up. Show you the little contact with a screwdriver I made just to make sure it was going back and forth. As you can see, there are two panels right here. You just want to make contact on both of those panels just to get some movement on the front and back on the pedals. So as you can see, that contact did get the wheels moving. Alright, so I'm going to put all the protectors back together, put everything back together, and then I'll come back and just verify that everything is still working once it's all back together. So it took about 10 minutes to get all the car put back together and everything, all the screws and everything put back where they needed to. So now I'm just going to turn it back on just for verification purposes, move the wheels just so you know that we have it running now. And we got it going good. Alright, so I'm going to show it forward first. Alright, just so we can make sure we have contact. Alright, so forward's good. And backwards good. Going at its full speed, as you can see. We got it working real good now. Alright, so if this video helped you at all, please like and subscribe. If you do have any questions, just drop a comment and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Like I said, just dry out as much water as you possibly can so you don't have to replace any of the wires or motherboard or any of that. Just once you know it's in the water, get it out, get it dried up as quick as possible. Dry everything up so that'll keep you from having to just anything. The only thing that was wrong with the foot pedal was built up water, and then it got dust up in there, so it was having false contact on those two panels that I showed you earlier. So we got dust that went into the cracks, the water that went into the cracks as well. False contact. Just fix as much as possible, as quick as possible, get all that water out of there, and hopefully for you it'll get up and running just like we got it going.